back to our video series on object-oriented programming in Java. In last video, we discussed what is object-oriented programming, basic concepts of object-oriented programming, and we saw in detail what is objects and classes and how it works. In this video, let's proceed with encapsulation. Encapsulation is one of the four main principles of object-oriented programming. Encapsulation is the process of integrating state or attribute and behavior or method of an object into a single unit called class. Encapsulation is basically a way of hiding variables of a class from other classes, making it accessible only within that class. This helps us in protecting our data from misuse. In Java, encapsulation can be achieved using the help of access modifiers. Private. Using this keyword, we make our attributes or methods accessible only inside of that class. Protected. Using this keyword, we keep the visibility of those attributes and behaviors inside of that package and all of its subclasses. With the help of public keyword, we keep the access everywhere inside the program. When we don't use any access modifier, a default access modifier is used, which keeps the visibility anywhere within the package. Let's understand this better with the help of a program. Here I have created a class called myBank class. This class has attributes, name, account number, and amount. We have mentioned these attributes as private. So whenever we have a bank will have customers. These users will have a name. They will create account. So that account will have an account number, and in that account, there will be some amount. We have created a constructor here. So this constructor helps me create an account for a user using their name, account number, and amount. So whenever there is a user, for that user, an account number, amount, and name will be passed to create this. So the initial deposit is 50. So an amount of 50 must be deposited initially to create their account. After that, we have getter and setter methods. Here for name, account number, we do not have any setter methods. And even for amount is initially deposited, and after that we have debit and credit methods for amount being varying. So whenever the amount varies based on the credit or debit, this function does the changes. All these methods are public. So these methods can be accessed anywhere outside of the class. And these attributes which are made private cannot be accessed outside of this class, myBank. I have created another class called banker. Here there is a user1, whose name is Sam, and having an account number 123 and initial deposit is 51. Well, let's try making him deposit 41 initially and run. Let's see what happens. So initially, as our base deposit amount is 50, when we try depositing 41, it throws out a statement saying minimum initial deposit must be 50. So let's make it 51 and try running to get what the output is. Thus we get that Sam has an account number 123 and amount is 51. Here, let's try doing some credit. One credit, and let's give some $100 to Sam, and then print the status. Now Sam has 151 as his amount, and let's try debiting 12 and then run. Amount of 12 has been debited from Sam's account. So we are able to access debit and credit methods which are made public in my bank class inside of bank class. If we try accessing private attributes outside of my bank class, that is inside of bank class, it says the object is not public. We can see that name has private access in my bank class. So we can't access this.
Proceed with inheritance. In layman terms, inheritance means getting some properties from our ancestor or parents. In the same way, in object oriented programming, inheritance is the principle where an object acquires its attributes and behaviors from its parent. Here we create a class hierarchy, and the class which inherits properties is called a subclass or a child class, and the class from which subclasses will inherit properties and behaviors is called a superclass or parent class. In this way, we can avoid code duplication. Let's go back to our dog class. Here, if our dog happens to have a puppy, it will have all the properties that our dog will have. That means it will inherit certain properties and behaviors from our dog class. And our puppy class might have some additional features like extra playtime or something else. Thus, we can say puppy class inherits properties from dog class. In this way, we can avoid code duplication and promote code reusability. Till now, what we have spoken about is single level inheritance. We also have two main other concepts called hierarchical inheritance and multi-level inheritance. Let's go with hierarchical inheritance first. In hierarchical inheritance, we have something called as a animal class, from which our cat class will inherit certain properties and our dog class will inherit certain attributes and behaviors. This way, there are two other classes which will be inheriting properties and behaviors directly from our animal class. And there is something else called as multi-level inheritance. In this method, there will be a class called animal class. From this class, say there will be another class called dog class which will inherit certain properties, and there will be another class called puppy class which will inherit certain attributes and behaviors from dog class. So we can say that a puppy class will be inheriting attributes and behaviors from dog class, and dog class will inherit certain attributes and behaviors from animal class. So our puppy class will be inheriting attributes and behaviors from both animal class and dog class. Let us see how this works with the help of a program. Coming to our dog class, my IDE here, dog will have name, color, it will bark and eat. I have made all the attributes private and all the methods public. Here a constructor has been created. So in this constructor I will be creating the dog's name and color. So whenever I send name and color, the attributes name and color will be assigned. This name will be assigned to name here, name and color respectively. And I have also created another class called puppy. In this class as well, we have name and color just like in dog class, plus we have something called as playtime. Here also there is a constructor from which name and color will be assigned, and there is something called as a playtime. So these attributes are private, so you can't access any of these attributes outside of puppy class, and all these methods are public. Here also, just like our dog class, there is get name, bark, get color, and eat methods. As we know that puppy class is inheriting certain properties and behaviors from dog class, let us use extends keyword as discussed to make puppy class inherit properties and behaviors from dog class. So these attributes are already declared in dog class, so let's remove this, and these are already being used in dog class, so let's use super keyword to access name and color, and bark, get name, get color, and eat are already there in our dog class. Let's remove those. That's all. So we have created a puppy class which is inheriting properties from dog class, and a puppy class also has some other properties and behaviors, other attributes and behaviors. So those are declared in puppy class. Rest are being inherited from a dog class like name and color. So this is how inheritance works. In our next video, let's see how abstraction and polymorphism works. If you find this video useful, please like, share and subscribe, and all your suggestions are welcome. Please put them in the comment section. Thank you and bye bye.